In fact, he played for Kumasi Asante Kotoko and also House of Folk until all the top clubs in our ball growth to Olympics. But Edward the Fum, a retired footballer. And in fact, he made it clear, say a lot of Ghanaian players FA doping, FA nroboni, and Senomakosia can just to enhance good performance, just to use it as a enhancing performance idea offer. Senebea ebe supporting na the performance in betimi akoye. And then in fact he did say Ndrubi to say red and weed and who kono benyina a lot of things ebisu no monsa alcohol, but any good habit, because when you do that ebe hansi wankasaso I decided to do a few research about all those things, how I see it here affect a lot of people. And I read a book called The Coach's Playbook Against Drugs. The Coach's Playbook Against Drugs. The Coach's Playbook Against Drugs. Yes. And see, there are a lot of things. We have a lot of players. Because of nobody, I destroy my life. I'm on my life, I say. Okay, I'm to echo can I say to do sports. It's come back to haunt them. It affect them a lot. Now, if you players in a big crowd situation or more, met me a lot of players. Player like Ronaldo. Yes, Ronaldinho, a Brazilian player. A lot of teams, FC Barcelona, AG trophies, a Brazil, a Momo winning World Cup. But the question is, after all this achievement, because of ni subai any nyamabone ntene, ye guswa boni dia isane manede touching, and taking bad substance to support your energy. Oh yes, sponsor, very bad. It will come back to haunt you. And today, we'll be looking at the bad effect of all those things. The bad image, and I say the effects it will have on us. You take a look at all those things. And no, you will not go back and do all those things. Something. After reading all this book, I've seen a lot of things. Say it is something your local players have to learn from all those things. And yet a the only person waka sasem. A lot of coaches said it before. Say there were a lot of players, and almost like Ghana Premier League, they used to drink, take alcohol, energy drink. Some people take weed, and then also maybe to say red. Any other ones, baby, they have a lot of names. Mention, and I think it is something senior CAF, FIFA, randomly, to me select player, a test you moja, and who say, born now, but Americana to sports now, we rare energy, and out the and I say, unya support to be from a certain substance, and sana waiting near the upper form. So I think it is something we have to look at it again. I would say if Ghana Football Association and I say any of the authorities everything bim na omama na yijuma, I think say it will help us. Konkobase ye na player besi akan after game no say na enye ni performance ankasa na wayede na oda na dinti. I think say it is something you don't have to look at it and see say enkonko distract enko say ye football na ma ye players no omu talent no nyede enkonko say kwa enti no we say na sitia or see advises you to be sure that your players are aware of the risk of drug use. simply description of the effect of using drug is often more effective than a long lecture filled with a drug horror stories. Using short to the point description of the negative effect of drugs, such as those listed below, will work well in capturing your student attention and keeping them engaged. Yes, that is it. Nti while listening nyinaa ɛwɔ ha. Nti wohwɛ list na ɔde aba, a lot of things ɛyɛ nneɛma a affect. Sɛ woyɛ footballer na woyɛ wagyin sɛ you take a substance before wakɔkɔsi akan a, it will come back to haunt you. Okay, now let's look at the performance in many areas in hampered. Performance in many areas in hampered. Performance in many areas is hampered. Performance in many areas is hampered. Or see, drugs can have a lasting effect on the brain and body. Drug can have a lasting effect on the brain and the body. Using drug often compromises judgment and physical abilities and makes a person unable to perform in a variety of contexts. So, one, academic. Say, maybe we a student, maybe our friend nobody, maybe lecture time crab do crown. You see, say, wada. And now the happiness you're supposed to get and no attention ever call lecture na course no obon say obeda. So academics, it affect your academics performance. 2, athletics. If you are athlete, you think so me ko fight drobone and no betimi aboa me 100 meters Usain Bolt, you can't do anything. So it affects your academics, athletics, then music or dramatic arts. Music or dramatic art. You think so. If I take maybe this alcohol and I take this substance, me so that I can perform well. Maybe I'm in a stage. Maybe you go and you who yeah, say, you because you may don't know, say, whatever you are doing, because and you any kind and out there. So it will even affect you. People will think so, what by there, maybe you come and perform well. Because whatever be transpire or whatever is going on there, and you any kind and out there. So it will come to affect you. And he said, we a sports personality. Now you think, say, it will affect you. We are artists. Maybe you to need a gospel artist, hip life artist, whatever. When you do that, you go and cause trouble over there. You would rather disappoint your supporters because whatever you do, no, it will not bro because enye one kasa wo energy, enye wo rare energy, and I would sad, so it will come back to affect you. So music or dramatic arts. Then the other one, decision making in everyday situations. Decision making in everyday situations. When you take all those things, it affects your decision makings because a crap will be crying you didn't come on, whatever, to think and then give that person maybe advice the person need. It will affect you. Maybe you have your schedules because you take drug, you drink, you drank, you cannot do whatever you're supposed to do. So it also affects your daily, your everyday activities or your situations. So no. Then the other one, driving any kind of vehicle. Driving any kind of vehicle. When you do that, and you maybe you take weed or you take cocaine, you take or whatever. How do you call it? Red. You take red. This red, when you take it, then you'll be sleeping. sleeping, and you go and sit behind your steering, then driving. How can you drive? You go and cause accidents. So it is not a good habit. So when you are a sports personality, taking drug will affect you a lot. Then the last one is operating equipment or tools. Whenever you do that, when maybe you engineer, you handle a certain machine, because when in the honor, you go and cause accident, you go and injure yourself.